Hi, I think it's recording. I wanted to make a video today, just so I don't let this fall off a cliff because I've been a little distracted lately with a few things and a little tired going through some stuff, health things during the week. But I have so many ideas for videos and so many things I want to talk about that come into my mind that I just don't really have anybody or any way of expressing them in a meaningful way to me. So I enjoy talking like this and hoping that someone might glean something from it. Today I had a thought. I hope this comes out properly because I haven't put any thought into this. It's just something that popped up. Today I had a thought that people aren't safe. I don't, People aren't safe. I don't feel safe around anyone. I don't have anyone that I feel at home with or that I feel I can let myself relax around. I always feel like I'm not, I am masking a little bit because I'm most likely autistic and I've been doing this my whole life in order to better facilitate the social game that we all have to play. If I was genuinely kind of being myself, I would be much more blunt and very likely non-reactive to a lot of things that people say. So maybe that's part of me feeling on edge around people. But I'll use someone as an example. And I love this person, and they have many wonderful qualities, but they're not a safe person. And what I mean by that is that I find if I ever let my guard down a little bit too much, or if I open up a window or a crack into my real personality too wide, there is this kind of like spit back that happens, and it's pretty consistent, and I've noticed it not just with this person but with other people. And it's not like a bad part of me that I'm sharing or opening up to. It's often like the most genuine, warm parts of me that are misconstrued or taken as an opportunity to lash out or projected upon. It's really odd. I'll use an example. So it's my boss anyway. I don't want to feel like this is some kind of like vent or dumping. Like I said, this person has a lot of amazing qualities, but I just noticed this where I was, I paid him a compliment. I paid him a genuine compliment at how good he is at talking to tables and being the personality of the restaurant. And I just said to him after he talked to a table, like, you're really great at selling. You're really great at talking to tables. And immediately he said, to the effect of, yeah, I know. And you are like, oh, I'm so scared of everybody. Like he took it as an opportunity to make fun of me. And I was like, okay, ouch. He can kind of go in that direction sometimes, not often. So, we all have our faults, and genuinely, honestly, I think it's actually the demonic spirit that takes over him, that does that. That's how I kind of see the spirit enter him when he does these things and then leave again. It's really weird. I don't know if that's totally valid, but I see it happen with more than him. So I think that is kind of what's happening with a lot of people in their negative qualities, their qualities that aren't of God. But anyway, so I was just like, oh, I was really like taken aback and hurt by that in a way that, like, I opened up, I let my guard down, I paid him a compliment, and he took it as an opportunity to knock me down a peg. And I was like, oh, that hurt. And then today, what happened? Um, oh, I think this was what I was thinking about. Yeah, we were really slow tonight, so we were all just doing some work, some prep work, and my coworker made a joke about well, maybe we'll get to go home early because like, or we could just stand here and stare at each other's faces. And I just found the way she said that really, really funny. And I was laughing pretty hard. I was like, I don't know, the way she communicated it in Italian was just like very funny to me in the way of picturing us like just like staring at each other. So I was laughing pretty hard, but my boss kind of got this like got his back up and got like kind of pissy at us laughing, and then like the phone rang and I was like, oh, is maybe it's a reservation. And I maybe that was like out of line, like I wasn't trying. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe that was out of line, but there's nothing in my heart that was like mocking him for being for one night that we're quiet. Like there's nothing in me that's like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, or would want to say like, oh, how could he, what kind of restaurant is he, like, you know what I mean? There's no judgment on me. And then he was like, really, he told us like to shut up in a really mean kind of hissy way, and I was like, and it was his girlfriend on the phone. It's like he didn't need to lash out, but he lashed out in retaliation for like possibly thinking that we were mocking him or laughing. And now that I'm explaining it, I can kind of see where he's coming from. But you know, if people were secure in themselves, if people didn't project the worst onto others, thinking that like, oh, they're making fun of me, or oh, she thinks she's joking about having nobody in the restaurant tonight. You know, and I try to be really sensitive to how I come across. So I feel like I'm always on this guard to like not offend anyone, to not make anyone feel lesser than. And I spent like the next 20 minutes trying to like build him up again. Like I was like, oh yeah, you know, remember this, like trying to like lift him out of this funk. And then I have this funny feeling that he was kind of bad mouthing me to his girlfriend, but that's a side story. It doesn't matter. My speculation isn't important. But what I'm trying to say is like, we're all flawed, but I find this like lashing out and unpredictability of people and what spirits enter them and are at work. It gives me this feeling where I'm just not, I don't feel safe around anyone. I don't know how they're going to take anything that I say. I'm afraid of offending. And now with all the like political divide and the crazy political correctness going on, that's a whole other level of like, what side are you on? Like, what can I say here? There's no like free, open communication with anyone, even with those friends I was talking about, like my close friends of years ago. Like when we got together the last time, we're so ideologically different now that the foundation was really shaky. Like there wasn't that like I've met people where our ideologies sort of line up, or at least we're facing in the same direction. Like they may not be believers, they may not, you know the same things that I do or see everything the same way, but we're walking in the same direction. Like there's a love of the truth, there's an honesty, there's a humility there that, and you just kind of relax a little bit. Like you feel like you're safer around these people. It's really rare, but I have met people like that. But like most people who even I know for years, I'm always like on edge around them. I'm always like wondering if I'm going to say something that offends them or cause them to lash out or causes them to think that I'm like, you know, it's almost like just around the corner is them finding out that they can paint me as this like wicked person, and finally she's in the box that I want her to be in. Like I feel like people are just kind of waiting to put you in these boxes that makes themselves feel better rather than being present and being honest and being humble and seeing the best in people. It's just a very frustrating way to live. Like I don't, for this reason I spend a lot of time alone, because being around people is exhausting. Like there's like so few people that I can just be like around. It's always like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I can rest in the truth with people. Like because I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like a little bit. Like even just a little bit, a taste of it. It's like, oh, finally, like there isn't this weird tension. There isn't these unspoken judgments towards each other. Like, I don't have to worry that everything I say is going to be misconstrued because this person isn't ruled and riddled with demons. Like, I think that demons are what cause these problems in people. Like in my boss, I can, and this might sound a bit schizomaniac, but like I can kind of see when the spirit jumps into him, his facial expression changes to this like kind of wickedy grin kind of thing, or he just gets this like dark wicked look about him, and I'm like, that's not him. That's not him. That's not his spirit. That's another spirit doing this work. And that's why I forgive when he acts out like this, because I'm just like, that's not him. And he has incredible qualities. Like, he'll drive me to the grocery store. And this isn't also to say like, if someone's abusive and manipulative and mean to you and they also do nice things for you, like that doesn't cancel that out. But there's you can, I think you can judge righteously about a person, at least that their intentions aren't ill for you, and based on your needs and lifestyle can find a place for them to fit into your life or not. This isn't like an excuse for abuse. And he's not abusive. This is what I'm saying. He's just like not a safe person. Like, I can't relax. People don't have like a genuine sense of security. They don't know how much God loves them. So they're like always teeter-tottering and using the moment to define how they feel about themselves. Like, oh, the restaurant was quiet, so he was like kind of in a pissy mood. And it's like, that doesn't define you. Like, even your success as the restaurant, like, he's been open for 5 years. You know how hard that is? He's like a one-man operation. Like, I have so much admiration for him doing what he does. Yeah, sure, he makes a lot of mistakes, but he's kept the place running for 5 years, and he's an amazing person, and he just won't hear the good stuff. It's like it goes in one ear and out the other, and it's very odd to me how people act, how they cling to their place in the world or their place in the moment or their position against others so hard. They cling to that for their sense of self and their self-definition and their emotional state, instead of having the love of God bring you peace and let all of that stuff wash away, because it will all be washed away. It's all going to be turned to dust. What we accomplish in this life for ourselves will be burnt up in the fire of judgment. Like, it's going to be nothing. It'll be ash. It's not important. What's important is how we love others and what we do for others and what we do for the kingdom and what we do for God. Most people don't really care about that, but it's just odd to me, and I'm not perfect either. I get moody and stuff, but I have this river of centeredness in me that generally I don't get depressed anymore. I don't get like down about myself. I can feel Satan and his minions trying to come in sometimes and make me feel really guilty about my past because I've done so many horrible things. But I turn to God, I turn to his grace. I don't have to turn to alcohol anymore. I don't have to turn to cigarettes anymore to calm myself, to calm my grief. His power is amazing if we lean on him, if we believe in him. His love is real. His love lives within us. That's the kingdom of God within us, and it's eternal, and it's a river of living water. It's very literal. It's a literal river of living water that flows through you at every moment and can be relied on to give you life, instead of the things that we rely on in this world to make us feel good. Like, oh, I did good there, or oh, I looked really good here, or all these sources of like pride that we like latch on to make ourselves feel better. It's all transient. Like, the river of eternal life is, oh, the kitty just got out. She heard me talking. She's still here. I can't find a home for her, and I love her so much. But yeah, it just, I don't know. In one case, I'm like really grateful that I have the Lord to lean on and to sustain me in the turbulence of life and in the judgment of others and through it all. But at the same time, it's tiring to not have anyone else to pour into or to be able to let my guard down around. I mean, I'm a human being. Of course, I can rely on God, but I also want like human connection and community. And it's just bizarre the things that I see in people. And I try not to be judgmental. Like, even if I'm thinking these things about people, I try to let them go really quickly so that I'm not like, I don't seem to be picking apart people and giving off that like, oh, I know all about you, or I know all about how you work or how you operate. Like, I don't. There's a lot that I don't know, but there are certain things that I do see that I can kind of conclude are the mechanisms at work in human dynamics and human relationships. She's gotten bigger. She's so cute. She's really, really added a lot of joy and love to my life, but I'm tortured about my older cat. She's not a fan, and I don't know. It's not good. Some people say that they'll figure it out, that the cat distribution system doesn't make mistakes. I feel like it's a tough call for me because I've really grown to be quite bonded with this kitten. She's ridiculously cute and loving, and she's smart too. Like, if I say ow, if she's playing too hard, she'll pull her claws back in. She won't bite me too hard. She just plays gently. Like, I don't know. She's really added a lot of joy and laughter, play to my life. So I don't know what to do. I really don't like my older cat being stressed out though. So maybe I'll just wait a little longer. But the longer I wait, the more I get attached to her. So I don't know if anyone has any ideas, if you've made it this far to the video. Anyway, that's kind of just something I wanted to get off my chest. I think that's the case with a lot of people who love the truth, a lot of people who have had some transformative period of self-awareness where they kind of go through the fire of I'm not perfect, that you're supposed to go through when you reach adulthood kind of thing, and begin to have empathy for others and begin to self-reflect and begin to deconstruct all the false ways in which you prop yourself up against the world, and start softening your heart and seeking the truth and seeking God. I feel like I'm not alone in that. People and their retaliations and hostilities and judgments are exhausting. They're exhausting to be around. But it sucks because I love people, you know? I love the good parts about people. I just wish that they could see them more, but in a genuine way, not in a way that they have to use them to puff themselves up, but in a way that they would see it in others and know that we are just God's creation and living out His will. But maybe that will just have to be for the kingdom if I make it in there. Anyway, I think that's about it. I hope I feel a little better tomorrow and this week, and I can get back to talking about all the things that I want to talk about. Okay, thanks.